That was so sweet! Oh. Well, I needed that right before the horribleness is gonna happen now.
All right then. Yeah, after work. You know the crossing after you leave the cafe and turn the corner? Under the highway. Yeah, there. Let's meet there. Oh, hold on a sec. Are you up? I'm gonna leave the room, so just wait a sec before you start changing. Sorry, it's nothing. Anyway, is that okay with you? Alright, see you after work.
Good morning. Good morning, Orion. It seems like Shin was setting up some sort of meeting. I guess we're going to settle this. After work.
Were you listening? Today after work, head over with Toma to the crossing by the cafe. He knows the place I'm talking about. I doubt anything will happen, but be careful just in case. Anyway, I'll go outside, so get dressed.
Yeah, I guess I can't blame him. But it seems really harsh to have to say something like, be careful, about Toma. I'm sure Shin is the one suffering most right now, out of everyone. Yeah, he's still got all those childhood memories.
Hey, good morning. Did you happen to stay over at Shin's last night? I thought I heard your voice over the phone this morning. I dropped by your place on the way here, but nobody was home. So, was I right? Even without your memories, you still choose Shin. I knew you were... You! I knew! Oh, he's salty. That wasn't the case yesterday.
I don't think I need to respond to that.
Let's get to work.
'Cause baby, now we have bad blood. Oh no. Work's all done. You have to go to the meeting place.
We should go, Rosy Cheeks. Shin asked me to walk over with you.
Well, this will be a fun trip. 30 minutes later, an awkward, angry silence.
You know, you were waiting for me the other day, too. What happened with prep school? You're lying about class being cancelled, right?
I can make up for all that exam studying later. Right now I can't concentrate because I want to settle this.
It'll be really funny if you fail your exams because of this.
I'm not going to give you anything to laugh about. So let's settle this.
Alright, where should we begin?
Rosy Cheeks, come over here. On that day, you were the one who hurt her when she was collapsed at the bottom of the cliff, right?
Let me ask you one thing. Why do you think that?
Process of elimination, among other things. The first thing that bothered me was what you said when she was discharged from the hospital.
Alright, flashback time.
Wait, Shin, she just got out of the hospital yesterday. Why'd you bring her all the way over here? Rosy Cheeks, you look kind of pale. Is your head hurting?
Is your head hurting? Oh, I didn't even notice. How did he know? Oh, good one, Shin.
You asked, is your head hurting? Remember that?
I don't remember. Did I? What would be so strange about that?
It's true she hit her head, but at first glance the wounds on her neck were the worst. She was bleeding pretty bad, and they even said at the hospital that those wounds could have been fatal. The people at the scene saw that too. After she was discharged, everyone noticed the bandages around her neck first. So why would you suddenly be so concerned about her head, Toma?
Because I heard her neck wasn't feeling as painful. I figured a blunt hit would cause more lasting pain.
Okay, I see. Then let's leave it at that. Also about her memories. She never said a word about regaining consciousness at the bottom of the cliff before losing her memories. She probably realized I couldn't have gone to find her, knowing what happened, so she dismissed the memory as nothing. Yet it was among the first things she remembered after she lost her memories, and lost all the preconceptions she had. And she spoke about it directly and openly, that I had gone and found her. But I didn't go. That means someone she could have mistaken as me went and found her. She just mistook that person as me.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there really no possibility at all that you went and found her yourself?
None. It's impossible. If I had gone and done something to her, I'd have had blood on my clothes.
Good point.
That blood pattern. There was blood all over the place. It's not like she had merely been pushed. That person probably tried to pick her up while she was covered in blood and tried to carry her on their back. They probably put their hands on the wounds on her neck to stop the bleeding. That's the most likely reaction. But if they did all that, it wouldn't have just been their hands that got bloody. They could wash their hands, but not their clothes. And what would happen if they showed up back at the lodge looking like that? It would have been painfully obvious that they had touched her.
But I don't fit that bill either. Everyone knows I didn't find her, and I came back to the lodge.
But by the time you returned, she had been brought back already, and everyone was in a complete panic. If you immediately rushed over to her and held her right away, your clothes would be bloodied instantly. Nobody would notice or care what you looked like a second before.
I see. At the very least, we know it wasn't you then. Just gonna drink some water. Man, this is tense. But it still doesn't mean it was me.
The shoe prints. If they're taken to the police, they can do a comparison.
I doubt it. The person in question probably already disposed of those shoes.
That's very suspicious of you to say. You do know that I took pictures of them before they were thrown away, right?
I guess, but there's no guarantee that it would serve as sufficient proof.
Then one more thing. There were 2 reasons we went back to the lodge.
Alright. Hero time music.
The first one was to help bring back her memories. The second was to see the culprit go and search for evidence. If brought back to the scene of the crime, I figured they would go around and check if any evidence remained.
But the people who found evidence were me and Sawa. You don't know who was in charge of that search.
I do know. I had Sawa record your conversation the whole time.
Ah. Wow, so you'd actually go that far?
Sawa helped us out a lot. The reason Sawa argued with you when you tried to go dispose of evidence that night was because I had her keeping watch. If I was awake in the room with you, you would have been too cautious to try and leave. That's why I asked her.
That's why she stayed up that night.
I asked her to wait for a while, and if anyone tried to leave their rooms, to call out to them.
I see! So that's why Sawa was up so late, in the same clothes she had worn earlier that day.
I never thought something like that would happen, though. I feel terrible for asking her. Hey, and was that really an accident? Are you sure you didn't shove Sawa down those stairs? Toma.
It was an accident.
Was it really Toma? So he was found trying to dispose of the evidence by Sawa?
I was just worried about you, and I didn't pay any attention to Sawa's room. I saw that you'd finally fallen asleep, but the moment I left the room, she called out to me. I panicked and ended up elbowing her. I don't think I even hit her that hard, though. Sawa was probably startled. She lost her footing and fell down the stairs. I was honestly shocked when it happened. I didn't intend for that to happen at all.
I think so too. Even though you hurt her, you panicked and left evidence everywhere. Now that I think about it, I doubt you'd ever be so cold-blooded to try and cover that up.
I wanted to come forward and apologize, but I didn't want her to know what I was trying to do. Now I can finally apologize to Sawa. Thanks for figuring out it was me, Shin.
And what about when you hurt Rosy cheeks? Why'd you do it?
That was an accident, too. I tried to pick her up, but my hand slipped.
That's a lie. What is this music now? There's so much music changes going on!
I'm serious. The reason I didn't admit it was because I lost my chance. By the time I made up my mind to admit everything and return to the lodge, it was already declared an accident. When she regained consciousness in the ambulance, she looked at me and smiled, and said, "Thank you." I couldn't say anything. If I brought it up again and came forward, it would just hurt her. I made up my mind to carry the burden of this crime to my grave. Of course, when the suspicion was cast on Yuusha, I thought about coming forward many times. But I firmly believed that the suspicion would be cleared. You were completely innocent, after all. Just so you know, if you did happen to be arrested and charged for it, I would have talked right away.
I don't doubt that. While I was held for questioning, you came to protest to the police many times. You even helped my mom in writing up a petition. I know better than anyone that you never intended to have me pay for your crimes. All you wanted was for this to be passed off as an accident. You didn't want anyone to be blamed. But that's wrong. Even if it was for just a moment, you had malicious intent. You can't just pretend that didn't happen.
I can. Shin, you might have evidence of the crime, but not of the motive. I'm always going to say it was an accident. I'm sorry for trying to hide it, but I didn't hurt her out of malice. There's no reason at all why I would want to hurt her.
There is. Rosy Cheeks, remember. What happened back then? What did you say? And what happened because of it? Think back. Do you really intend to just turn a blind eye to something you don't want to see? Is that really okay? You won't be able to move on. Is your relationship right now so important? You can't destroy that? Remember!
Shin. Back then, what I saw was...
I'm remembering. My goodness. Rosy Cheeks, there you are. Are you okay? Can you stand up?
Shin, you came for me.
Fading in and out of consciousness.
Looks like you're out of it.
Is that Shin or is it Toma?
The bleeding's pretty severe. You must have gotten cut by that glass bottle. This is exactly why it's bad to litter. Wait a second and try not to move.
Ow.
Just holding it isn't enough to make the blood stop. I need to get you to a hospital right away. I'll carry you on my back. Hold on.
Shin, you're really kind.
Yeah, it is. It is Toma. Can you see me?
I heard all over. Everything's all hazy. I can't see well, Shin.
Why?
Huh?
Shin isn't kind enough. Don't you think so too? So why Shin?
What are you saying?
Why couldn't it be me?
Toma?
It was Toma.
No. No way. Why would Toma do such a thing? Why? No, I need to forget this. This was just a mistake. I need to forget everything.
Don't forget Rosy Cheeks.
Looks like you managed to unseal your memories.
Orion.
Now I can finally return to where I belong. I can go home. You haven't remembered everything yet, but the thing sealing all your memories away is gone. You'll remember everything soon. A reliable knight is at your side, after all.
Orion? You're leaving?
Yeah, I need to do my job. Once we finish separating, you'll forget all about me. But I'll never forget you.
Oh, how can I forget you, Orion?
No matter where I am, I'll always be praying for you to be happy.
Thank you, Orion. I'll be praying for you to be happy too, Orion.
Thanks! Bye-bye!
Bye, Orion. Ah! Orion. Oh. I'm back. Rosy Cheeks, are you okay? What the hell are you doing? You shouldn't just force someone to remember something they wanted to forget.
You're always like this, Toma. You think everything's fine as long as you're protecting her. That's no good. No good at all. Rosy Cheeks, did you remember? What happened? Can you talk?
Yeah, but Toma is...
I know you don't want Toma to hear this. But if you don't say anything, we won't know the truth. We need to know everything, and see these crimes atoned for before we can move on, right? Do you really intend to let those responsible carry this sin for the rest of their lives?
Go ahead. If you remember, then there's no use in hiding it.
Toma pushed me. I mistook Toma for Shin. He got mad and pushed me. Toma, do you like...
You misunderstand. I just had my issues with Shin from a long time ago. I got angry when you confused us.
Hey, you still spouting bullshit like that at a time like this?
You're the one who always said lying can be the best thing to do in certain situations.
It's the best thing to do sometimes because it brings the best results to everyone involved. But when you try to hide something that's inconvenient to you, it's just a lie.
That's wrong, Shin. This is the best path, for me and for everyone else. That's why no matter what you say, I'll always deny it. So what will you do? You got anything else to throw at me?
I got it. Then here's another piece of evidence. Here's pictures of her that I found in your room, among other things. Oh, damn. He found the love shrine.
What?
I didn't want to bring this up if I didn't have to, but you're still making excuses.
Wait a minute, just how did you get your hands on that? I threw all that away.
I snuck in and took a few before you disposed of them. I also took a photo of these sitting in your room.
When did you... Oh, I see. It's when you took my wallet and said you'd go buy some drinks. You of all people would know that I keep my key in my wallet.
Oh, damn. That's right.
You do realize you committed both theft and trespassing to get that, right? You can't use that as evidence.
I know, but that's fine. In fact, I intended to return these photos and items to you, as well as the other evidence.
Huh?
My goal was only to get you to admit what you had done, from your own mouth. You weren't afraid that you'd actually be charged with this crime, were you? The thing you were afraid of was us finding out what you had done, wasn't it? You love her, so when she called you by my name, you couldn't control yourself and pushed her. You didn't want us to know that. You thought that if you admitted it, you'd hurt us far more than it would hurt you. That's all there was to it. Am I right? My goal is already accomplished. Your goal now is impossible. I'm not interested in this evidence anymore. Throw it away or give it to the police. Do whatever you want.
Looks like I've lost. This is why I don't like competing with you. It can never just stay a game.
I feel the same way.
In the end, Rosy Cheeks chose your theory.
Toma, is this all true? Do you really...
You mean the fact I pushed you? Or that I love you? They're both true.
Why were you hiding it?
You already know the reason.
I know. Still.
You love to lie, and at the same time you have a hard time letting both the good and the bad coexist. You should have just left it as an accident. Then I could have just suffered with this guilt for the rest of my life, alone. Your finding out about this has only hurt Rosy Cheeks more. And if you found out exactly how much I was hurting, we'd all end up suffering in this guilt forever.
But if we don't face the truth, we can't move on. Me, her, and you too, Toma.
It's just like before, when I argued with you after her performance. I told you that what you said to her was too harsh.
And I told you what you were trying to do was sweep the truth under the rug and ignore what really happened.
After that, I started desperately praying that she would be even better the next year, so that I could see her smile. And the next year was really amazing. You remember it too, right? She was like a different person. I believed that the gods had heard my prayers and answered them. I thought it was a miracle. But when the performance ended, and I saw her rush over to you, smiling, I finally realized everything. I was beyond disappointed. What I had really hoped for was for her to smile at me. The one who was actually thinking about her happiness was you, Shin. In the end, that event led to you two to start dating. I guess the gods saw through my selfishness. That was what I was thinking the entire time. Also, Rosy Cheeks. How did you not realize any of this until now? Before you and Shin started going out, I asked you so many times to go out with me, remember?
He did.
I don't remember that.
You probably said it really lightheartedly like you usually do.
Pretty much. I was scared. If she started avoiding me, I didn't know how I would continue to live my life. But I did say it many times. I wonder why you didn't realize how I felt. And while I couldn't escape the limits of being a childhood friend to you, Shin was able to manage doing so.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. I was pretty much risking my life. I was prepared to throw everything away. Toma, did you ever confess to her with that level of determination?
No. The only reason you were able to do something like that is because you're impulsive. I had loved her for so long, but after being so close to her for that long, even as a sort of sibling, I couldn't risk it.
Yeah, right. Even if I was in your position, I still would have confessed. The length of time you felt that way doesn't matter. Stop trying to come up with excuses for your cowardice.
Oh, Shin. Be a little nice, please. Poor Toma.
You lost the moment you decided you were too scared to take a risk for her. I couldn't give her up to someone like that.
Yeah. You're right. It's exactly as you said. And from a long time ago, I've wanted to be able to do that, like you. Hey, do you still remember when she started talking about marriage back when we were kids? I already liked her since way back then, and that's why I got flustered. But even back then, you came in from the sidelines and snatched her up.
I don't remember.
Wow. Yeah, well, you're that kind of guy. Rosy Cheeks, do you remember?
Did that really happen? I remember proposing to you, Toma. But was that really the end of that story? Slow flashback.
Toma, when we grow up, we should get married.
What?
You too, Shin. We'll all be together forever.
Okay, sounds good.
Wait, you two. You know you can only get married to one person, right? The most important person. 3 people can't do that.
Really? But I like you both the most.
That's no good. You'll have to choose one person someday.
What? But...
Hey, don't cry. Then you should marry me. I'll be with you forever. Won't that be good?
What? Where do you get to decide?
Shin, you'll really marry me?
Yeah, I like you the most after all.
Thank you. I like you too, Shin.
Oh, the picture! Oh, so that ring on my finger was me and Shin. It wasn't me and Toma.
Let's be together forever. It's a promise.
Yeah, it's a promise.
This is so sad. Ah, my heart.
I remembered. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Toma. I can't believe I did that.
This isn't your fault at all. It's not Shin's fault either. Although you were both just a tad slow.
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing? I'm the one who should apologize. I did something terrible to you, and I couldn't stop lying. I'm sorry. I caused a lot of suffering for Shin, too. Sorry. I'm really sorry.
I don't know how much you've had to put up with until now. I don't even know how shocking it must have been for you to be mistaken for me. But regardless of the reason, you hurt her. I can't ever forgive that.
You don't have to forgive me. In fact, you shouldn't.
Clench your teeth.
Oh no. Obligatory punch to the face. Ugh. Ugh,
Toma!
ouch. Yeah, thanks for that, Shin.
Don't think that hurt only for you, idiot.
Yeah, I won't forget that. Anyway, I'll be paying a visit to the police. Mind if I take this evidence? You were giving it to me, right?
Go ahead.
Toma, we'll be waiting for you.
Thanks.
I guess we should go too.
Where?
It doesn't matter. Oh, I know. How about Crayfish Park?
How about Crayfish Park?
Did you not want to remember?
Huh?
Did I go too far? Didn't I just hurt the two of you?
That's not true.
I knew it would be painful for you, but I couldn't just leave this entire burden on Toma. I thought he would feel a little better if he could confess everything and apologize. He could finally put it in the past. I wanted him to atone for this and move on. I didn't want him to just keep making sacrifices himself and have to live with them.
Yeah, I know.
But it's still all my fault, because I've been monopolizing you since childhood. I stole you away. I put all that stress on him.
Shin.
And what's with him wanting to be more like me? He's got to be an idiot to think that. I'm the one who always wanted to be more like him. I always thought I could be kinder to you. I wished I could be, just like him. But I don't know how to do that, and I always end up hurting you. Toma's a lot more worthy than I am.
Oh, Shin.
I don't see at all how he could feel inferior to me.
Come here, you.
And besides, if I hadn't been so forceful with you, you wouldn't have fallen off that cliff. If I hadn't done that, this incident might never have happened. It's all been my fault from the very start.
Shin. That's enough.
If I had realized how Toma felt about you, I would have taken a chance to think about him before confessing to you. If I had hesitated in confessing to you back then, maybe something might have changed for the better. You might have even started seeing Toma in a different light, and chosen him instead. I'm the one who butted in insensitively, without knowing or thinking of anything. There's no mistaking that I'm the one who pushed him this far over the edge.
Shin.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But I couldn't just sit still when it came to you. Even if I knew this would be the result, I wouldn't have been able to help it. Even knowing that I'd end up destroying everything, I still would have stolen you away. I was in love, and I didn't know what else I could do.
Shin.
It's all right if you blame me, but I'll never let you go. I'll make you so happy, even that idiot Toma will be able to laugh about all this.
You guys. August 31st. Oh, good.
Apparently, Toma isn't going to be prosecuted.
Really?
It's not 100% certain yet, but the detective investigating me said that's how things are looking.
I see. That would be nice.
Even if he was prosecuted, it would just be for bodily harm. He's a first offender, and he's showing remorse, so it shouldn't be too bad. I let Iki and Kent know about this too. They both helped us out a lot, after all. And of course I told Sawa. I thought of telling Ukyo, but he's been out of contact for a while.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. Sawa's been helping you out with all this, hasn't she? Could it be possible that she likes you, Shin? Oh no, we're back to the love square. Don't poke the bear!
What? Sawa? Likes me? Where'd that crazy idea come from? Sawa definitely likes you far more than she likes me. She was always saying how this was all for your sake.
Really?
At first, when I asked her to help alleviate the suspicion that was on me, she said that it wasn't her responsibility. Even if she was worried about me a little, it was probably just because I was your boyfriend, right?
Oh, that's all?
Convinced now?
Yeah, sorry, it's nothing. I guess I just misread things.
That's a strange thing to misread.
Yeah, I thought about a lot while I was alone. I hope Toma gets back quickly. When he does, this time we're hanging out, all three of us, okay?
Yeah, I'll consider it. You really do like Toma, though. Why?
What do you mean, why? Because Toma's like an older brother to me.
Because he's kind, unlike me?
If you realize that, you should make more of an effort to be kind.
I want to, but I don't really know how. He's good at that kind of stuff, and that's why you're always smiling when he's around. It seriously makes me jealous, so I don't like having him nearby.
I'd be a lot happier if you treated me nicely, you know.
How exactly?
Maybe you could hold my hand.
No way, that's embarrassing.
See, you aren't being nice.
You call that kindness? I seriously don't get it.
Maybe you should try it and just see what happens. Even if you don't get it, you should just do it. It'd make me happy.
Fine, give me your hand.
Okay. Aw, so cute! She's so happy! He's like, barf.
I can't take it, it's too embarrassing.
Why?
Because it's like we're in elementary school. I have memories of walking around with you like this.
This is completely different from back then.
It's no different. What's different about it?
I can't really explain it. But you're going to be kinder, right? You could listen to what I want once in a while.
Did I ever not listen to what you wanted?
Can I count the ways? Tons of times!
Like when?
You once asked where I wanted to go. I said the zoo, and you said you didn't want to.
That's where kids go.
I was always asking to go into your room, but you never let me.
I didn't want you to know I was practicing the bass until I got good at it.
You've never said I love you.
What? Of course I have.
You always added to something else, like, it annoys me because I love you. You've never actually said it on its own.
You already know what the deal is, so that should be enough.
You always kiss me whenever you want to, but you never ask me when I want to. That's not very nice.
We'll go to the zoo after I finish my exams. You already found out about the bass, so you can come into my room. Also, I love you.
You added also.
Oh, give me a break! I said it! I love you. I love you so much. I really do love you. There, is that good enough?
Yep, I love you too. That was the sappiest, sweetest thing I have ever seen. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. Is that the end, or what's happening now? Aw, the ending. Hey, Shin. Aw. That was so good. It was so good. Oh, I just couldn't help feeling bad for Toma at the end of all this, though. I mean, he loved her. And she just happened to pick the other guy. Oh. I guess that just shows how well written it was, because I ended up feeling bad for the guy who ended up hurting us. Oh dear. And Shin, even though he got a pension for lying, was was a good guy. I really liked him. He's an unusual way of showing love, but he does love her. Aww. Oh, that's him in his... Wait, looks like he's wearing a uniform from the cafe we work at, though. I thought he doesn't work there anymore. Oh, there's the king himself. So cute. So cute. Yay! And Memories of Shin has been unlocked. Hooray! It was love all along. Ah, so cute.
Oh my goodness. That was so beautiful. I loved every second of that. Oh.
Well done. Well, that was Shin's route. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was so sweet. Everything about that was so adorable. So apparently, there is a normal end as well as 2 bad endings, so I'll be playing through those next because I really want to know what happens. I've been drawn so much into this story. It was just so well written, and the romance was so cute and everything. I just want to see what else this game has to offer. So, if you're interested in that too, I hope I'll see you over there, guys. Until then, see you later.